What's happening, guys? Bobby here from Picky Tipsters, previewing our main account bets for Saturday the 3rd of February. First, if you haven't checked my Cheltenham preview video, go and check it out. I've got my horses, my fancies there. Obviously a lot changes on the day, but if you want to go anti-post on a couple of them, you could maybe check us out. Alright, so first up, the 1:15 Sandown tomorrow, the Betfred treble odds on Lucky 15 handicap chase. Okay, 2 miles, well, approximately 2 miles, 18 grand prize money. Going is currently reported soft. 2 horses I'm looking at here, I'm not sure which one I'm going to go for. Number 3, Dolos from the Paul Nicholls stable. Won well in a beginner's chase, stepped up to graded company, got absolutely slaughtered in a 3-horse race. Paul Nicholls said he'd always be a chaser. That was the plan, and they didn't think hurdling was his thing. He was always going to be made a chaser, and he's stepping back down in handicap company. Well, I think it's his first handicap race, but yeah, he's stepping down from graded company, sorry. And yeah, it could be something I could look into. He did jump quite well actually in that beginner's chase. I saw it run, and yeah, potentially he could take this. Another horse I'm looking at in the same race is the one at the bottom, number 6, Big Jim, carrying 10 stone, really lightweight. Alex Hale's very shrewd trainer. He's managed to book Sam Twiston-Davies, so they obviously mean business. Very lightly raced, progressive type. Like the look of him, but the only problem is he's never won 2 times in a row. He always bounces after a success, so that's a bit off-putting. But you never know, he could buck that trend. I like the fact that he's carrying 10 stone, it's soft ground. I think he can go really close. So at the moment I'm looking at the 1:15 Sandown, Dolos and Big Jim. Okay, we're not sure how many points, just check us out on Twitter and you'll know on the day. Next up, the 2:05 Musselburgh. The 2:05 Musselburgh, also 2-mile race. It's the Scottish County Hurdle handicap race, class 2, 19 grand prize money, only 5 runners. A real shame, I mean, 19 grand isn't bad. 5 runners, bit appalling, isn't it? Yeah, 2 horses I'm looking at again here. I like Dear Sire, a very consistent horse, a typical Donald McCain type of horse. When he wins really well. Carrying 11 stone 11, quite a lot of weight actually, and needs to improve 2 pounds to get some success here, which is not beyond the realms of possibilities. Yeah, I like the look of him, and also like Forthbridge. It was a very lightly raced horse, trained by Charlie Longston. Queen owns this horse. He's only had like 6 or 7 runs in his whole career, and he's already won twice at this track, at this course and distance. So he might have a thing for this track. Maybe he just likes Musselburgh very much. I don't think he deserves to be 14 to 1. I think I made him 8, 9 to 1 on my tissue, so I think Forthbridge is a massive price. Yeah, so I'm looking at Dear Sire or Forthbridge in the 2:05 Musselburgh tomorrow. Next, the 2:40 Wetherby. Now Wetherby has always been a place for one of my favourite trainers, Sue Smith. I mean, if you want a tough horse that can go on extreme goings, that will stay forever, Sue Smith is the trainer to produce this type of horse. I'm looking at number 5 here, Vintage Clouds, in the 2:40, and it came 4th in the Welsh Grand National. Really real testing race. It was a stamina sapper that day, and he stuck on well. I'm a bit concerned about the 3 miles here. I mean, 3 miles might even be too short for Vintage Clouds, but it's heavy going, so hopefully it will turn into a real slog, and if it does, it should play favourably for Vintage Clouds. There's a couple of dangers in here. Ballyoptic, the obvious choice, but I really like Sue Smith. The Sue Smith and Danny Cook combination at Wetherby, she's one of the best trainers there, if not the best, and I'm happy to take a chance on her. At the moment it's currently 7 to 2 with Bet365. It's a bit of a skinny price. If we can get 4 to 1 hopefully tomorrow, that'll be nice. I mean, 6 runners, you get a quarter of the odds, you get your money back. So yeah, 2:40 Vintage Clouds. We're probably going to go 10 points each way. I know a lot of people have been complaining about me doing a lot of each way bets, but the amount of times it saved me on the line coming second, I think it's worth doing. Even at 4 to 1, 7 to 2, you only lose a little bit rather than losing your whole stake. I know their argument is, oh, what if it comes 4th or 5th, then you've just done a double stake and wasted your money. Yeah, that's a fair point, but no, I'm not going to change my way. As you know, I like to do each way bets, and that's just the way I am, I guess. Yeah, so 240 Weatherby Vintage Clouds each way. And finally, this is a bit of a maybe, because it's a bit of a tough race, but I really like the look of this horse. I've always liked this horse. It's extremely lightly raced, and it's its 2nd season hurdling. It's Melon from the Willie Mullins stable, running at the Irish Champion Hurdle, 3:30 Leopardstown. I know it's a bit of a trappy one because there's like quite a few hot pots in there. Obviously Faheen's in there. Willie Mullins has other horses in there. It's kind of trappy when one trainer brings 3 or 4 different horses to the race, and then you got Jet Ski, who's an old boy, and then Defu Del Su from Philip Hobbs flying over to Ireland with Richard Johnson. It's going to be tough, you know. I'll have to figure it out in a day. But if you look at the way Melon travelled in his last race at Cheltenham, it was unbelievable. It was like Archibald on the bridle. I really fancy him. I like the way he travelled previously. He's inexperienced, but he's young and improving horse from a top stable. He's obviously going to take Faheen's place in the future. I mean, that's going to be an unknown as well. I mean, Faheen, 10 years old, pulled up in his last race. He's still in the Champion Hurdle, the Cheltenham Champion Hurdle. It's a bit of an unknown, and from the same stable. So I don't want to waste all my money on something that I'm not sure of. And if having 2 stable mates in the same race just makes it more the trappier. But yeah, Melon, I think we're going to have to make a last-minute decision on that one. And if we do back it, it'll probably be 10 points win. But definitely a horse worth following in the future. I mean, he's got an engine. He travels well. He jumps. Again, the ground's an unknown because his form shows that he likes probably faster ground. Will he act on soft? I mean, he's won on soft. So yeah, something to bear in mind. We might back it. Check us out on Twitter and we'll let you know. All right, so let's just round it up. Just in case you forget, 115 115 Sandown, Dolos and Big Jim, 205 Musselburgh, Firth Bridge and Deersire, 240 Vintage Clouds, and lastly, maybe Melon in the 3:30, the Irish Champion Hurdle. All right, guys, thanks for listening, and I think I might make a video for tomorrow for the Leopardstown meeting. I've got one horse, Michuka. I don't know if I'm going to back that, but we'll see. We'll talk about that later. Thanks for listening. Peace.